Hello. All right. So we've got second Motivation Monday of the day. If you haven't checked out the video, definitely do. This morning I was going on a divination walk and I'm like, oh my God, I have to make a video. And I actually wanted to go live today, but then I realized that the quality would be better with the camera. So I just recorded that there and so many good things came up. So do check that out if you have not yet done so. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about the equinox because that's what's happening this week. What is the equinox here and now? Now there's this balance between yes, whoo, exactly, the fact that we are here in the world, but then there are other things like right now there is a draft and the door is slammed. There are things that are impacting us. So in the same way, there's this, yes, I'm in control of my frequency and I create that which is outside of me. However, the things outside of me are impacting me, right? And how do we work with that? So part of this is utilizing the energies that we have available to us. Right now, we are coming into a balance. This is what the equinox is about: equal day and equal night, where the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And this time really invites us to look at where is it that we are out of balance? Where is it that we are disconnected from ourselves? And I'm going to give you a few questions to really ponder about, really sit with these questions, because if you open up to this time, if you utilize it fully, it will really support you in breaking through in the next few months, because we're coming into, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into the winter. We're going into, the dark night of the soul. The nights are getting longer. We're coming inward. And it doesn't mean that, okay, this is ice, this is freeze, this is nothing's happening. No, it's like there's a lot of clarity during this time. There's a lot of clearing happening during that time, so that when the time comes, you can create abundantly. It's like the earth, right? It needs to rest, it needs to be able to perform at its best in the spring, but for that, it needs a break. It can't produce all the time. And same with us. Interestingly enough, right, humans don't really have that. It's like, no, you're supposed to be on the go and do all the time and perform all the time. It's not meant to be like that. And, you're not supposed to just have 2 days off per week. And it's actually, how do we welcome in that pause? How do we make the most of that pause? And what does that really mean? So today I will, like I said, give you some questions of just what does that equilibrium mean for you? And what is this time inviting you to? And most importantly, just the idea of this, right? The balance between the masculine and the feminine. What does that mean? And you have those energies within you. You have the masculine and the feminine energies. And what happens when we're out of balance? What came up today, again, check out that video from the morning, because it spoke so much about that. I actually use an analogy from Pocahontas, from that song, of just how the feminine has this connection to life, has this connection to my computer might die, but that's okay. Has this connection to, just has a deeper perspective. And the masculine's there in the mind. It's overthinking. We're disconnected from the heart. We're disconnected from the soul. And how do we come back to that? And what came up as well was the in Egyptian mythology, how there's this god who kept being dismembered or lost pieces of himself, because actually the word remembering, the opposite of that is not to forget, it's dismembering. It's like pieces we were taken apart, and we get to come into wholeness. We get to remember. So in Egyptian mythology, there was this goddess whose lover was dismembered, and she would gather up his pieces and put him back together and remind him of their love. And this is really the masculine and the feminine dance, that the masculine gets so caught up and lost in the mind, in the doing, and the feminine gets to bring it back, right? Your soul, your heart, your intuition, the feeling, the being, because we can get so lost in the doing. So let's get to the first question. As I said in the other video, as much as I try to make these structured, because it's just so channeled, I'm just letting that come up. And actually what's coming up right now is what happens when we're out of equilibrium. Let's talk about that. Why do we care? Because I was recently listening to a coach who is all about creativity, and he talks about how do we express that fully? How do we allow that fully? And he spoke about the importance of when you have a creative crisis, just like I can't produce anything. And he goes, if we've all experienced it, and if you haven't experienced it, that means you're so numb to your creative expression that just feels normal. And it's the same thing with all of us. It's like, if you never felt depressed or this like, oh, I feel like I'm not free, that means you're so numb to the system. Like, this is just my normal. I don't know what good feels like anymore. So then therefore, when I don't experience it, I don't even know. And coming back to that, wait a second. I am here to live my greatness. I am here to be free. I am here to come back to that wholeness. And how do we do that? So first question, because my laptop might die. Taking a deep breath into the belly, into the chest, into the nose. You can't answer these questions from the mind, just won't work. And by the way, if there's something you want to go deeper in, we're going to be doing a ceremony, a free event. It's usually a paid event. This year I'm opening it up for free event. The link is going to be below. Equinox Ceremony this Wednesday, and the Equinox is actually on Saturday. You guys are going to have time. If you can't attend live, that's fine. You can attend, or rather, you can watch the replay up until Saturday. Sunday would still be all right, to really welcoming in the season. So if that's something you want to do, check out the free event. So as you're inhaling in and out, coming into the body, feeling gravity hold you. Actually, another thing that I want to bring in here is to do a bit more of live activations. If that's something that you want to do, you want me to bring that in here again, comment below. Just activations, or put some emoji in there to bring that light, to bring that connection, that power, that freedom into the space. So feeling your body, again, feeling gravity hold you. And beginning with, what abundance have you experienced this year? Because the equinox, this particular one, right, the fall equinox, we're also coming into the harvest. It's the harvest season. So what abundance have you experienced this year is the first question. What abundance have you experienced this year? What were the blessings? You're really sitting with that. And because this is the first step, not just from the mind, but actually feeling into that, right? It's like, oh, I had a great vacation. Like, ooh, I remember feeling that. I remember being there. I remember feeling the sun on my face and my toes in the sand. I remember feeling the breeze on my skin. So writing that down, but also feeling every experience. That's how you speak with your frequency. Okay. I know, again, because my clock's ticking here, my laptop might die any minute. Taking a deep inhale in. Once you're done with that, and you're welcome to pause here. Exhaling out. What is out of balance in my life right now? So we just did an energy dip because we raised the frequency high with those experiences, and then we get to be really honest with ourselves. What is out of balance? I'm actually going to go ahead and kind of wrap it up here with this one, because that's a big one. Just shining light on that. What is out of balance right now? And what energy is looking to be invited into your life, masculine or feminine? So if you've been creating more of receiving, more of flowing, let's see how it goes. Let's see if it's meant to be. That's feminine. So what you would be inviting in is masculine energy, direction, decisiveness, purpose, clarity, structure, and vice versa, right? If you've been doing Or can you step back and just receive?